So in my previous video, I made this smart lock that works with Google Assistant. The lock is configured in a way so when I leave my house, it will automatically lock my door. And the thing is, it's not configured to automatically unlock the door. That part I have to do manually, so I have to ask Google Assistant to unlock my door. Now there's nothing really wrong with this method, but the thing is, it takes around 5 seconds to unlock the door. So in this video, I will show you guys how I install an RFID reader to unlock my door faster. This is the main component, which is the RFID reader. And when I bought this, it came with this card and this key tag kind of thing. So these will be my keys which will be able to control my door. In my previous video, I used an Arduino D1 mini board. So in this video also, I will use the same exact board. Okay, so first I will install all the components to a breadboard so that way I can easily test all the components. I wanted to make sure that the previous functionality also works, so I installed a servo motor so that way I can test while I integrate the RFID reader. Alright, so since nothing really exploded, we can move on to the coding part. So for the code, I took the previous code as it is and modified it a little bit. From what I understood, these cards will have a unique code that I can use to uniquely identify the card. So first in my code, I will read this card and get the number, and then I will compare the number to see if the number is same as the one that I put in my code. And if the numbers match only, it will run the manual switch function. So the manual switch function is a function that I wrote to manually lock or unlock the door via the code. Now the code is installed on the Arduino, and this is how everything is working with each other. This switch is installed inside the room so that way I can easily unlock or lock the door, and the RFID part that goes to the outside of the room. Alright, so now I just need to make some sort of an enclosure for the RFID reader. So first I tried to make one with a plastic box, but that didn't really go as planned, so I'm making one using wood. Next, I wanted to properly wire this, and I use a lot of connectors here so that way in case something fails, I can easily replace it in the future. It got slightly confusing because there are too many wires, so I made sure to test along the way. Once I was done with the wiring part, I covered the Arduino with a plastic piece. Okay, so the final part is to install this on my door. Now I know that this looks like a huge mess, but at this point what I want to do is confirm 100% that everything is working before continuing. And once I confirm that everything is working perfectly, I will clean up the wires later. Alright, so finally for the testing part. So as you can see, when I put the card, it will lock or unlock the door, which means I don't have to ask Google Assistant to do it and wait 5 seconds. Also, you might be wondering what happens if I lose this card. That's not really a concern for me because if you got NFC on your phone, you can use that as a key card as well, which is actually more convenient because I will always carry my phone with me. So with this RFID modification, the previous functionality is also preserved, it's not compromised. So you can still use Google Assistant to control this, or you can even use the Sync Pro application to control the door as well. And that's all that I have in this video to talk about, so thank you very much for watching this video.